A Labour MP, Lucy Powell, has been mocked for wearing a T-shirt that says that she's never kissed a Tory.
If you've never kissed a Tory, you're missing out.
Have you ever kissed a Tory?
Of course. Boris, I love him.
Have you ever kissed a Tory?
Well, I can now.
I can't believe this has happened to me. This Christmas, Greta Thunberg is giving all her friends a cheque to offset their carbon footprint for the year.
I kind of feel for her. I want to give her a
How dare you?
Yeah.
You've stolen my childhood.
That was the walk that was. It's over, let it go. The wokest stories of the week. And now here's Andre with the show.
Hello and welcome to That Was the Woke That Was, the topical quiz show that gives you the opportunity to hear the wokest stories of the week and decide whether they're true or whether they're false. On my teams tonight, I've got Rebecca Ryan and Jonny Gould and Emily Hewertson and Mahyar Tousi. Let's get this party started. A Labour MP, Lucy Powell, has been mocked for wearing a T-shirt that says that she's never kissed a Tory at Manchester Pride.
Ooh, I may have seen that round.
Now, I've got to say to you, I think that this is a bit of a deliverance because it's not the attractive women that wear these T-shirts, are they?
And you could never prove it because, of course, we run a secret ballot system in this country. So, you know, she may have snogged one hither and thither, or someone obviously in the red wall that changed to a Tory in 2019.
Emily's never snogged anyone as left-wing as a Tory, have you?
No, all I'm saying is if you've never kissed a Tory, you're missing out.
Come on.
Let's just say there are left-wing journalists that we knew, and well, of them, but also even personally, that they would go to Tory conference. They will have their fun with the Tories, and then they will come out and wear these T-shirts, never kiss a Tory, or like go on campaigns saying Tories are evil. There is a bit of a hypocrisy there.
It's more, but I always think, I've got left-wing friends who say to me that it's more fun being a Tory because what you can do is just take the mick out of things. Whereas, of course, you're all sat round, if you like, the Labour Party going, I want to renationalise the railways. They're evil.
I want my share of voice.
On a serious note about this sort of hatred within politics, I believe that a lot of it came about because of our membership of the European Union. I don't believe that you can call it Brexit because we were hoodwinked into this thing, and then a percentage of people, 52%, were unhappy about it. Yeah. But I just wonder about the level of snobbery that now exists in politics. This, I don't like these people, or ridicule that. I watch comedy on TV, and basically, everyone who voted Brexit is a knob appears to be the only joke.
Yes, I think that's right. And it's going to have to change, isn't it? Because there's going to be a whole new generation. Have you noticed how the amount of youngsters on our screens who are centre-right commentators, because that is the life they've grown up in. That is how their teenage years have evolved from 2016 onwards. So all the old guys were into sport and the young people are into politics.
Yeah,
that's what we've been fed.
I got booed on BBC Northern Ireland because a group of school children, and they put their hand up and they said, we weren't able to vote in the Brexit referendum, we should have another referendum so we can vote. And I said, the slight problem, because obviously they were too young, I said, but the problem is, if you have a referendum today, then the people who are 18 tomorrow can make the I said, what would end up happening theoretically? And I'm sure Starmer would have been happy with this. It's just to have a referendum every single day.
Yeah, a rolling, revolving one.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, was Lucy Powell pictured in a Do Not Kiss a Tory T-shirt?
I'm pretty certain I've seen that. Yeah. It's true.
Absolutely.
1-0.
There we go, 1-0. So I've been out and about on the streets of London asking people if they would ever kiss a Tory. Take it away.
Hi, hello everybody, how are you?
Have you ever kissed a Tory?
Of course. Boris, I love him.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Do you like Boris?
We love Boris.
So would you kiss me?
Why, you're not a Tory. Are you a Tory?
Yes, I am. I'm a Conservative Party member. Would you ever kiss a Tory?
If you don't kiss a Tory, you're missing out. Look at that goodness.
Look, come on, would you kiss a Tory?
I would not kiss a Tory, but neither would I kiss a Labour. So,
would you kiss a Lib Dem?
No, sorry, no.
Is it because they're into politics and that's a bit boring?
Not because they're into politics, just because I don't trust any of them.
Would you ever kiss a Tory?
Probably not.
Would you? You look tempted.
Absolutely not.
What would tempt you to kiss a Tory?
Nothing.
Would you kiss a Tory?
No.
Why not?
Don't want to.
Excuse me. I just want to ask you a very quick question for talkTV. Would you be willing to kiss a Tory?
No.
Why not?
They all
There we go. I'll push you off. There we go. Oh, don't touch his bum. But wouldn't you feel a bit sorry for them?
Sorry for them, why?
Well, because if they're left on their own and they can't breed, then they might die out as a species. Oh, sir, can I bother you for a second?
Today?
Have you ever kissed a Tory?
Well, I can now.
Oh, it's a disaster! Oh, I can't believe this has happened to me! This Christmas, Greta Thunberg is giving all her friends a cheque to offset their carbon footprint for the year rather than presents.
Well, you're saying that she's finally doing something productive. She's actually offering something.
Do you know what I do at Christmas? I send out an email, I don't know if you've ever got it before, where I say, this year, as usual, I can't be bothered sending any Christmas cards, but I've bought and incinerated 400,000 acres of unspelt Amazonian rainforest in order to maintain my carbon footprint.
Is Greta Thunberg actually a thing, even for the activists or whatever?
I would say so, but I do think she inspired a certain movement, and the people do genuinely love her, but I feel kind of bad, because I feel like she's lost her childhood to this. She is just a child.
No, she's not, though. Even though
so much responsibility.
she's like that woman in The Wizard of Oz. She plays a 12-year-old, but she's actually about 43.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing that's amazing about her, she must at some point have gone into a shop with a picture from the League of Young German Maidens in the 1930s and gone, I'd like to look like that. Right? Like, we're talking about milking a cow.
That seems strong and stable. Yeah, that's probably what she's about. She's now an adult, so she has to take responsibility as well. So now she's just a younger, delusional Piers Corbyn. It's the same thing.
The thing that amazes me is the way that we have Shamima Begum and Greta Thunberg, who are the same age. Shamima, who is a terrorist, she doesn't understand what she's doing. Greta Thunberg is literally the second coming of Christ.
Yeah. I always look at Greta, well, not a lot, but I look at her and think...
Go on.
I do. I look at Greta Thunberg and I think, where does Greta Thunberg end and Joe Biden begin? They are both like stuck up by the establishment, right? There you go. That's your leader. That's your opinion thinker. I mean, they have nothing to do with reality.
When you say stuck up, I mean, are you talking about rodding the back of Joe Biden?
Yeah, they're kind of put up. Look at the way he fell over on that bike. With his Tom Cruise sunglasses on. But also, I'll say one thing for Shamima Begum. She looks good in a baseball cap.
Honestly, she's had a glow up. She has had a glow up.
She's had a makeup.
She had a glow up. Lovely hair glow. Sorry, that lovely blow dry.
Yeah. It's not going to convince anyone, is it, really?
So come on, Greta Thunberg, is she a cultural icon? And should we respect what she's got to say?
Oh, I got it wrong last time.
No. I think she's just a bit, I think she's just someone to be annoyed. Like you said, she's kind of the second coming of Christ. It was kind of the right person, right time, but actually she's massively the wrong person. She's very misguided.
So
she's a very scared child, actually, or adult now. She's actually genuinely terrified, and I kind of feel for her. I want to give her a
How
hand.
dare you? Yeah. You've stolen my childhood. How dare you? How dare you?
Calm down, Greta. Just come on, bring it in.
I mean, she wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes round our way. Get that annoying kid out. Right, so here we go. Look, I want to ask you, this Christmas, has Greta Thunberg given all of her friends a cheque to offset their carbon footprint?
I don't think she has friends, no.
Do you know what I was thinking? So you are right, it is false, but I was thinking the way to have known that was that she probably wouldn't have given the cheque because it's a piece of paper. So there's always a clue within all of them. Anyway, it's 1-1.
But does she use napkins on first class?
What Greta Thunberg did do was she took that yacht, but she flew the captain and the crew out on business class to New York. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you're not going to do the yacht return, are you? You're not.
A deaf man from Brooklyn has sued Pornhub over a lack of subtitles.
Wow.
It's a great idea.
Is it?
It's a gap in the market.
See, the only time I've ever watched pornography was when I was a teenager and Sky Television was first invented, and they used to have RTL and Sat1, and the ladies were very 1970s styled, if I can put it that way, and all you'd hear is, ja, schnell, schnell, ja, schnell. So I don't know where I'm going with that.
Keep going, Andre.
But I think it'd be pretty easy to do subtitles, wouldn't it, on porn? Because it's literally the same thing. You just copy and paste,
I mean,
copy and paste.
you hate. UH.
Somebody said that the difference between a man and a woman is that a woman will watch a porn film right to the end to see what happens.
Happy end. Yes,
That's it.
Likely, I would have thought so, yeah.
So, Jonny, are you a regular on Pornhub?
Funnily enough, I'm not. I'm a happily married man. There's the subtitles.
That doesn't mean anything. You can still win Pornhub.
Yeah. No, I believe in the sanctity of marriage. What's the question?
Okay, has a deaf man from Brooklyn sued Pornhub over a lack of subtitles?
Yeah.
Do you know what I love about this? It's the fact the detail from Brooklyn was added into the question.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It's specifically about Brooklyn, where they're interested in the narrative journey of the pornographic film.
I wonder why Brooklyn as well. I mean, there's been a population change there, hasn't there? Brooklyn.
It's
all about the cock like dead. Now they talk in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, people from Brooklyn specifically want to know the narrative journey that Klaus goes on with Greta. Not that Greta. No, not that Greta.
No.
Although I bet somebody would make that film, wouldn't they?
Yeah, inevitably.
I'm sure it's been made,
I don't fancy this one. I think this might be a bit false. What do you reckon?
I think it probably is false.
Oh, it's true.
Yes, it is. Well, I hope that he doesn't win.
You're on no points, aren't you?
No, we got one.
No, you got 1 point.
Yeah, we got
1 point.
It's hard to lose count at one, isn't it?
Yeah, this will win.
Okay, next question. Nigel Farage is bringing out his own range of gin for Christmas. Now, I've got to tell you, the slight problem with this question is that the sound man just came in having bought some, and B, you're involved in the manufacture of it, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
So is it true what the sound man said, which is that the Farage gin is made in Leigh-on-Sea in Essex? So not only is it gin, not only is it Farage, but it's Essex as well. I mean, that's got it all.
And also, there's red gin, white gin and blue gin. Obviously, the white gin,
I'm afraid, given that this is supposed to be a competition, you basically got the point anyway. We're going to move on. Is this true or false?
True.
True. Okay, so come on. The provocative sports bar Hooters is now sponsoring a children's football team in Nottingham.
Isn't it interesting that I know there had been attacks on it, but Hooters has not been cancelled? Like, everything's been cancelled. But
I suspect if you run a bar where women get their boobs out, you're not that bothered about criticism. But I suppose, actually, the feminist lobby... I'll tell you what, there was only one occasion when I saw the feminist lobby do something against the bar, which I agreed with. When they... You know the bar that's where Jack the Ripper met his victims?
Yeah.
Somebody turned it into a Jack the Ripper-themed strip club. And I thought that is the most inappropriate
that doesn't work.
Like, even I find that shocking.
Wow.
No, well, just like, it's the worst sex crime in British history, and we've decided to turn it into a titty bar. It's disgusting.
So I've learned a lot of things. I've learned that Hooters is not Nottingham-based, but it's American. But they are attracted to the fable of Robin Hood, I fancy. So I would say that, I hope we don't go down in flames here. We are behind. I feel a bit under pressure, sweating a bit, but I'd say that was probably true.
I'm going to go with a no. So
really? Okay, you're the team. You be the team captain.
No, you're wrong. There you go. Jonny was right. What he wants to do there with Rebecca was lose the point for the team just so she took the blame. BritBox have put a trigger warning on the 80s sitcom Heidi High. Now, I don't know if you remember Heidi High. It was basically about Butlins.
Oh. Okay.
To be fair, I'd need a trigger warning if it was about butlers.
Oh, it was such a lovely show.
The problem I have with this is I don't even watch BritBox. I'm so out of touch. Is that a thing now? Is that
BritBox was the thing between the BBC and ITV.
Yeah.
How's that getting on?
I mean, who can say? I think it... Well, you get to watch... British TV content on demand, so it's great, and lots of people are watching, Netflix.
It's the old stuff, isn't it? So your view on the BBC, right? Is it that the BBC has always been terrible, or that the BBC has gone the wrong way? And I suppose the reason I'm asking that is the BBC fixable, or is it just finished forever?
I think you can tell the BBC's decent content by the ones they've slapped the warnings on. If they've got a warning on it, it might be worth watching. So, but yeah, those things that are on BritBox, which is from ITV and from BBC, I think they're doing okay, and people really need to realise that you don't need a TV licence if you're watching anything on demand, unless it's BBC iPlayer. So there's a whole load of stuff you can watch, and why not?
I was quite surprised by this, about the number of people that have cancelled their TV licence but aren't behaving illegally. They just literally have deliberately said, we're going to find a way to make ourselves no longer need this, and we'll just do that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you watch BritBox?
I can't say I have, but I certainly haven't heard of Heidi High. If I was to guess, I thought it'd be Austrian or something, because, you know, Heidi.
It does sound that.
Heidi
I can't really comment because I have bloody no clue what Heidi High is.
Okay, we're just going to have to take account.
Right, well, what you're going to have to do, we're going to give you a few clues here. We're going to tell you that Heidi High is a BBC TV show.
Is it about Butlins?
It is about Butlins, and it was absolutely inoffensive in every respect. So the question here is, has the BBC put a trigger warning on, even though this is an inoffensive show?
It's resounding, yes.
Absolutely, yes.
That's absolutely right. OK, so the scores are 1 point to Rebecca and Jonny, and 3 points to Emily and Mahyar. So that makes Emily and Mahyar our winners, even though they didn't know what Heidi High was. Until next time, goodbye.